So just a little bit about the Water Resources Action Project, or RAP as we refer to it. It's a 501c3, purely volunteer nonprofit that's based in Washington, D.C. The day-to-day is overseen by a small group of individuals who devote their time and their resources to the group to make sure that its projects are successfully underway. The projects themselves are, RAP has been responsible now for constructing 3 rainwater harvesting systems. What we have on the horizon is a pair of schools that are going to be in the Dan region of Israel. One Jewish school, one Arab school that we will be installing rainwater harvesting systems in, and also a shared educational program that is an important component of any project that we do, as well as maintenance. And those 2 pair of schools will be done in partnership with the Arava Institute and their Youth Environment and Education Peace Initiative. They will be overseeing the educational piece within those 2 schools. So what has inspired me, as well as a few others, to create this organization stems from a drive to be able to put a project on the ground very quickly without a great deal of bureaucracy. That, I believe, has stimulated our group to cut through a lot of the red tape that exists to be able to attract these funds and immediately put them to good use. We are different from a number of nonprofits, I think, first and foremost because every penny of every dollar that's contributed to our organization goes directly to projects. We do not have an administrative overhead that many organizations have to rely on to pay salaries and keep the lights on and everything else. And fortunately, through the volunteers that we have and the resources and insights, expertise that they're willing to devote to this, we are able then to take every dollar and give it directly to the projects, and I think that's pretty unique. Myself, aside from just the Water Resources Action Project and being closely involved in that, I also manage a environmental consulting firm here in Washington, D.C., the Harenko Group. So there's a number of overlap, I believe, between just the domestic water issues that are taking place here in the United States and then internationally as well. I would say that's something that keeps me quite busy between the 2 jobs. And this has become, I believe, a passion of mine for a variety of reasons, so I don't mind spending the time volunteering to do it. I've had a number of mentors along the way. Yes, I have, and one being, I believe, my father early on. He is also an environmental professional, so I think that stimulated the interest early on. More related just to RAP and our efforts, a mentor that I certainly had was a founding member of the organization, Bob Cole, who was intimately involved with every aspect of this project from the start to now seeing our 3rd project being complete. He was the former president of the group, kind of passed over the reins to me last year, and he went on our last trip to the region, which was in November of 2012, and has since passed, but the efforts that we do, I believe, are a legacy for some of the things that he started. In 5 to 10 years, I would like to see the organization accomplish, I believe, what it originally set out to, and that is to be able to establish a series of these rainwater collection projects in a number of schools in Israel, in the West Bank, and in Jordan. Not only having them operate successfully, but being able to establish a network between these different schools in these different regions so that they are communicating on a daily basis about anything from rainfall patterns to the amount of water collected within their systems, the amount of water that's being pumped into the back of the toilets, that's used for flushing at the schools. And I think through that communication and the other shared environmental curriculum that they have within these schools, begin to break down, I think, some of the barriers and the miscommunications that are present in these areas, I think, particularly in the world.